Stupid mic. Hello, hello, hello. 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 Let's see if it's working. Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Mic check, mic check. Okay. Hello, hello. All right, it's working. Yeah. Hello, hello. Man, I don't know how long that was. That sucks. Oh well.
Ay, ay, ay. What's up, boys? We are back.
I don't know what happened there. Oh well. That was. I don't know what happened. OBS would not recognize the webcam mic. Well, no, it was weird. My VST plugins wouldn't work. I disabled them, the mic worked. And then, so I disabled the VST plugins for Wave. And then I enabled the noise suppression filter from OBS, and it also stopped working. Like, it was weird. Like, the noise suppression filter didn't work. Um, but now I believe I'm good again. Now I gotta start everything back up. I need to always check the peak meter. God, that sucks. Still talking? Yeah, okay. I don't know what happened. I have no idea, but if I used any filters, if I removed the VST plugin for the plugin filter, started working, but then I have no noise suppression or equalizer or anything. And then if I remove um, the that, and then I put a noise suppression filter from just the default OBS studio noise suppression, mic cut out. It wouldn't work for the webcam mic here or my XLR up here. So I was like, I don't know. I restarted my computer and it started working. So something just broke. I don't know. I bet you that last stream was muted the entire time, probably over an hour of work. All right, where was I? So pissed. A rule of thumb: if I start a stream, look at the peak meter. I need to keep an eye over that. I just should be like super paranoid. I'm going to make an OBS extension that if the peak meter doesn't peak after X minutes, it starts dinging. I believe I believe it's working again. If anyone's there, just drop in the chat. You can hear me. I brought YouTube up on my phone and I could hear myself. I'm gonna do one more test. Again, if anyone's there, just okay. Drop in. Yep. Okay. Audio is working. Ugh. Let me I can't believe it. Which one am I set up on streamer? Okay. We're still good. All right. Man, that sucks. Let's see if the code changes worked. Oh, shit. Half bone. Wonder what script it's missing. That's an asset I pulled in from asset inventory. Whatever. Let's get back to things that matter. God, I can't believe that happened. Sell position. If the node isn't walkable, false. Let's see if this works. Man, I'm so pissed. I hate when that happens, man. review the video and tell me why the mic stopped working with VST plugins enabled. Started working when I disabled it, then stopped when adding the default OBS noise suppression. That's really weird, man. I wish it didn't happen, but it did. Can't take it back. All right, let's put a breakpoint in. We aren't even getting to here. Ah, a Star Grid Manager is null. Path Manager. Yeah, that sucks. Like an hour or so of streaming just gone. Or completely muted. So I'm pretty sure there's a screaming convention downstairs. I don't know what's going on, just tons of loud noises and screaming. Tons of it. One sec, I gotta put this up. God, I can't believe it. Why did my mic stop working? So we're we're making it here. Edge node. Walkable erosion. Temp walkable. It clicks if the cursor is currently over a valid grid. Can did this die? Node is null. Why be that? Oh. So it's going to just go here. Why is this so painful? On cylinder. Raise event on cylinder. Cursor is over grid. Get node from screen point. The screen point is pathfinding grid node. Oh, graph node. I want a talking graph node, I believe. Bet you what we need to do. We have to divide this by 1,000 because I believe the A-star grid is, and that's why penalties are in thousands. I think that's what it is. Incorrect configuration. Critically. Okay. A-star. Get nearest. There's a translation that's got to happen because the cell position or the grid position returned here is, massive, right? Boop, boop, boop. Call stack, call stack. Where you at? Where you at? And I'm almost 100% sure that I have to do division to go from the grid um, graph node to yeah. So I guarantee if I put a breakpoint here, this is going to be a norm. Well, 10 to 5. There we go. So if I go down the call stack now, then I go. All right, so I need to fix that from the start and get down to the right thing. And it's just a translation issue. Gets the grid graph, the graph node. But the A star graph nodes coordinates are times 1000. So I think vector 3 hit point of 8, 8, or 8, whatever, 8 would be review the wiki or the documentation of A star, find out why. I remember this because for some reason the A star asset scales their coordinate position up by 1,000, or basically 8 would be 8,000, I believe. And there's a reason for that because of the way they do penalty calculations for pathing. Coordinates, which are used floats into integer-based format, such using a precision setting. does the reverse. It takes the integer grid position, calculates the approximate world position by adding the graph center, and then uses the precise position. Oh, fuck off, bot. Eat a big ol'. Tell your followers, your cheap followers, to suck it. Alright, so let's see what I need to do here. Well, things happen when you swap to one grid and you're using a pathfinding grid. Now the pathfinding grid technically starts at 0, 0, 0 and goes out in the world because I've offset it. So it's a 100 by 100 grid, and then I have it offset on the X and Y by 100. So all the math, it should be all positive numbers when I'm working with it that way. And again, I could have kept it in the middle, but then this is totally not what I asked for. Integer math is much better than float math, right? A star scaling is messing up the grid position values. Mouse position hit point is accurate to the grid. So the world position, the screen position to the world position for the mouse input is going to go from, so the world position is going to be float vector 3 of the raycast. Bitch, no, it's not. They're screaming, or what? I don't know. It's just really loud down there. I don't know what they're doing. It's been like that for 2 days. There's like a gaggle of high school kids or middle schoolers. I don't know, but a lot of parents and young kids run around, boys and girls. I think the boys think the loudest is going to be the one given the most attention. If I do this, oh yeah, it's not going to pick up that code change in real time. That's right. I'm used to debugging UI apps where I can change the values or change the code in the debugger and it picks it right up and goes. I know what I need to do. I just got to do the, like, if I do cell position equals, let's save that. I'm just going to, because I want to talk in the non-scaled coordinates on the grid. And beforehand, before I had the grid manager, my simplified grid manager that didn't care about A star. But now that I'm trying to leverage A star as the grid and for all grid things, the scaling is important. And this is a room key. Here you guys go. Here's a room key. Come fix this code. I had to just do no, this is important. I have to do this. I should finish that salad. I don't know why I put it back up. It's just going to be all soggy. My grid cursor is way the fuck over there now. Okay, I figured that was going to fix it. So we are now in the grid interaction controller. We went from a mouse position of 8873, and now we have a cell position of this. We have a cell position of that. Oh shit. Node size. Oh, this is why. So the approximate, yeah. No. Node size 2. Node size 2. Oh, the center. Isn't this because the graph may not be centered at? No, I don't want you to reattach. Damn it, don't reattach. Alright, so we can safely say that the grid's not going to be centered. Oh, I don't want it centered because I like to be in the positive coordinates. I don't know why, like negative. It's again, the A star grid is only ever going to be the biggest tile or map chunk from the, because you procedurally generate your world, then you go pick your place on the world, you go down into your local map. That is only going to ever be 100 by 100 coordinates or tiles, which are 2 by 2 or 2 unity units, so 2 by 2 and unity units. So if you drop a default cube into the scene, it's gonna set, and you center it in the A star tile, it's gonna be dead center. So you scale it to cube by 2. Now you have a grid tile. This should work, but ultimately I want to get this right upstream because I'm manipulating it downstream. So when I go from mouse screen coordinate to world coordinate via raycast. Okay, so that times 2 now is factoring in. We're closer, we're getting there. I feel like they're out in the atrium or the big open area here. I'm on the 6th floor and I can hear them. Oh shit, I think my prefab for this has a collider on it. Yeah, remove. Now I can see that. There we go. It's so beautiful, boys and girls. There we go. All right, so using the pathfinding grid as a source of truth. I forgot about it scaling. That's a common performance thing when it comes to floating. So loud. So lettuce on the floor. So now what this is I basically I'm getting my uh, cursor shit working so I can see what grid cell I'm highlighting before I click. And if I so now I can so basically I'm working towards zone creating zones, so farming zones. We'll go into zone selection mode or interaction mode, and I will say, okay, I want a farm plot from click here, drag, and click or let go or click, and it's going to take the 2 points. It's going to get all the cells in there and add it to that zone or farming zone, and now I have a farming zone, and all my NPCs and whatnot will see that zone and know that, oh, I have a farming zone. If all my needs are met and I no other things like no goals or other AI motivators or scoring above farming work, they'll go to that zone. They'll till the land, and then they will plant seeds, and then they will water them, and then harvest them once they grow. Well, they'll work the land. The farming logic should kick in. Now, if you start with ally NPCs like I was gonna do, I almost think until your base or your colony is at a certain level, you cannot you can't have the NPCs do farming work because if they just do it from the get go, I almost want it like farming automation to be a reward for because again I want the player to do some to feel to till the land, plant the seeds and everything too. But what's the point if you just create a farming zone and the AIs just run over there and do all the work for you? Is that so bad? In Rimworld, they can farm right out the gate. The difference between mine is you start out with pawns like in Rimworld, but you control one of the pawns as the main character or protagonist. So you don't go and like control the other NPCs like you would in Rimworld. You can like select them. I'm gonna delete that thing. This crafting table I brought in. It's just it's all in tons of pieces. It's a modular one. What I want to do is I'm going to take this guy into Blender and I'm going to combine all the meshes into a single mesh so there's a single draw call. And then I'm going to try to combine materials. Seems to still be a bunch of materials. No, whatever. I'm not worrying about that right now. Divide. I shouldn't have to do that though. This should happen upstream because there's going to be more sections of the code where this is going to matter besides the grid highlight controller. Yeah, okay, this is the point where it needs that change. Well, actually, this needs to get node from world point, and this is going to get the nearest node. So right here is where I want to stop talking in graph node. I want to be talking back in vector 3 ints and on. So I'll do it right here. That way, anyone using the mouse events doesn't have to do that math on their end. I guess it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. It's 1012, man. Because the approximate world position, I bet you, is always going to come back. The node's going to be not going to be right. Let's just add some debug logging to prove this out. And then if I come down here, it's going to be high frequency logging. I'm going to take it out, but I want to see this info. Alrighty. So I had a simple grid manager, and then I had my A-star grid for pathfinding. So as you can see here, here's the A-star grid, and it's conforming to the blocks and the level, and it's how it should be. But my simpler grid manager wasn't doing it right. So let's see here. Basically, this get nearest needs to always be not, or scaled back down from 1,000 essentially, because A-star for pathfinding optimizations will scale up 1,000. And actually, if I look at this right, that's slightly off. Oh, it's a half of a unit off. I need to. Is that so bad? Yes, it is. Because I want the the cursor, like you see here, is lining up to the grid graph or the pathfinding grid, right? But the actual level underneath, which these are the exact. Oh, wait, are they? No, they're not. These aren't 2x2s. Oh, they're heavies. So that's another problem. These blocks that are used by the local map gen need to match this grid size. Okay. And then now the pathfinding grid lines up with the local map gen that's generated from the procedural world and all the noise and all that, stupid, All right, we're close. We're close. And again, I basically now all grid operations will be owned by the grid. I'm gonna say, why aren't you moving? I need to fix the maps blocks first. Well, it's good to know this before or sooner than later. I don't know why the biome is doing, or well, the local map gen I think might be the one scaling those guys. Nope. I don't know why that is. So let's regenerate the map. My bitch is gonna go all crazy. So the prefab was definitely scaled down, which actually that may have fixed it. So let's go to our tools, local map gen generator. Create a ton of editor scripts to help me with different things. Yep, that is not right. But if we do the scan, oh shit. Okay, no, that's definitely not right. Now I gotta go look at the map gen and adjust things. I'm pretty sure because I built it out with these cubes and they were freaking 0.5s on the scale. I don't know why the A-star grid is so high up off of it now. That's not right. Oh, it's I needed to rescan the grid. The grid was still from what the 2x so now it's sitting on there. If I were to move this guy, there we go, perfect. So the blocks now match the grid graph size, but I gotta fix the map generator. So let's do that. I don't know why I didn't catch this sooner. Cell spacing 2. Wait. Oh wait, I don't have. Well, I do want the default that to 2. This should actually fix it. Sweet. It's not a code thing, thankfully, I think. Oh, it's still overlapping. Create map from data. Oh shit, I was running. I bet you I stopped and it didn't take. Wait, did it just go back? Yep. Default cell size. Ah, it's in my tile set prefab. Okay. We're close. We're close. Boom. Okay. Sweet. All right. We are in business. Now I can either correct the A-star pathfinding grid to the map gen. Which is really weird. Hold on. I would expect more round. Oh wait, no, these are. It's the pivot is in the center, so that makes sense. So what it do? Or is it so the parent? I bet you is. So I want the child element to start at 1, 1, and then we're good to go. Eventually gonna, so this is a chunk of the world. I'll show you what that looks like. Without loading the scene. So the procedural world gen, ignore the road. The roads are bugged. But that's what that looks like. And this is kind of some concept art of what I'm going to try to get it to look like. But when you procedurally generate your world at the start of your new game, this data, this geographical data, the terrain at least, is all kind of predetermined. And then it has continuity. So if we got like a river going through your drop zone or whatever, and you move to the next tile where that river would be, or chunk, like the whole local map is a world chunk, and then the local map I'm going to chunk up into, I think, 16 by 16 chunks, and that way I can combine their meshes, because right now they're all individual blocks, right? And that's not very performant. Tons of shadow casters and draw calls. But I'm going to chunk up the local map into little chunks, and then when you destroy a tile, so like say you mine out one of these ones, you're not going to ever be able to destroy the bottom tiles. So that entire row, anything of the bottom elevation, oh, here's another fix I got to do. These will all get combined and will be one thing. But all the stuff that sits on top of them, and that should be sitting like, oh, whatever. I'll fix that. Everything that's of a higher elevation than the lowest local map elevation will be meshes, individual meshes, and then I will. Oh man, let me think. Do I even need to? Yes, I'm going to chunk them, or I'm going to combine them for performance reasons. But if you hit this or you destroy that chunk, don't ignore that. Like that, say the player does that. One, it will. That's another problem. The bottom ground level should also. So basically, what I'm going to do is create 100 by 100 Okay. Since the ground level, I don't like it that the elevations don't have, are empty. So like, I destroy that one piece and there's a hole, right? The lowest elevation will be one solid block. And I don't even need to procedurally place all of those guys. Wait, no, fuck. If you're going to be able to like make a road, so say if I allow the players to create paths in their town because they're building out, so you create a road out of these tiles, the bottom plane needs to be manipulatable. But I can just change the material. No, fuck. Okay, these will still get generated and chunked up, but I'll figure that out because I do believe I'm going to allow the players to like mine out and level out the area. So, say you want to get rid of some of these grooves or these higher up parts. And again, the elevation's kind of bugged. It should have a lot more elevation. So let's just worry about one thing at a time. Let's fix this here. The fact that it is doing that. And that I can fix with the height multiplier. Make sure the force thing doesn't also... right here. Bet you this is going to do it. Well, it's 2.5. Oh, wait, this affects the whole system as a whole. So if I go... that's not affecting the default height of, or the elevations need to go up. Actually, that works the same freaking way. So what the fuck is purpose of it? This is probably where I gotta change that. Okay, so are we still lined up with the grid? Go get out of here. No, we're not. Try to fix that. it's the child. That's right. 0, 0. So once it makes, this guy needs to be 1, 1. So we need to do that. Calm down, Unity. Oh, fuck, that scared the dog shit out of me. Oh my god. What the hell? I think I need to do this after. Why do you hate me? Why is it negative, and 2? What the fuck? 1, 1. Oh, I guess it's 2. Oh, yeah, duh. 2 units. That's best word. so it's not. The A-star path isn't moving. It shouldn't. I'm just ruling that out. Let's go for. I'm about to just make this an offset so I can adjust it. Oh, and I bet you it's the. It's getting. I think it's getting corrected. Final block position. Root transfer. Yeah, that's something in the code doing it. I gotta find it. Oh, this don't transfer. It doesn't have to be. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. Oh, I remember. I think I need to do this by one. Yeah. Okay. This offset can't be exactly the width and height of the grid. It's got to be one off, and then it'll line up. So. Oh yeah. Finally. You know what I need to do? I need to celebrate. It's a turn of the lies. Every time on my there's this community app on the Ring doorbell, and every time someone posts like a missing pet, I always look just in case someone at home, back home, let them out, so I can. I'm so worried about losing my cats or my dog. What I need to do is buy them them damn GPS collars. Sorry, that went down the wrong way. Pardon me. All right, local map gen now lines up with the damn whatchamacallit. But the height of the get a height level, okay. So we're gonna double these up. I bet you this will work. Well, okay, fucking A. But now we have a problem. No, we don't. Well, it's why did it go? Brain melt link two. There, let's hit play. What should happen now? I don't know if the player is gonna be able to walk on or walk up that. Nope. Which I mean, oh shit! Another thing I gotta fix. That shows off. fuck? Oh, I didn't. I need to regenerate the map. The prefabs in the scene are not updated to the prefab change. Hold on a sec. I was like, why is that not working? The ground tiles shouldn't cast shadows, but maybe no, they shouldn't. This would cast a shadow, but then you make this automatically find those. It loses reference to it if I. So I'm going for that Octopath Traveler 2.5D vibe. I've got some of the post processing in there working, as you can see in the background here. The trees are blurry. Why it does that? Come on, son. Much better. This shouldn't cast shadows either. We're still landing on the right spots. Oh wait, I bet you that prefab is got a collider. Put you right here. Yes, it do. That should fix the jiggling. Because it had a collider, the raycast from the screen to the world was hitting it, and it was causing it to freak out. I'm still tweaking the lighting by a lot. Oh, let me show you what it looks like. So this is a useful thing. If you give like genuinized Nano Banana a picture of your game, and then say, give me some visual style concepts of what it could look like. So if we go to the original, but basically I was like, hey, show me, yeah, so see here, the original look, and then you come down here, and now this is kind of what I'm going to get towards. But I got to get the ground textures. Yeah, again, there's more work to be done visually. If you guys want to join my Discord, let me get that for you, just in case you were interested. Oh wait, you guys can't even see the Discord. Shit, I thought I had it up on the screen. I'm gonna disable that. Okay. So if I come back here, here is like a concept. I took image from my game, gave it to Nano Banana. I was like, show me what I could, the different visual styles that I could go for with the final presentation in Unity. And this is kind of what I'm going after. So if you want an idea of where I'm trying to get the graphics to, this is a pretty good rendition. And then here is the world gen. Again, ignore the roads, they're bugged. But this is kind of probably what the procedural world will look like when you're traveling across it or you're picking your drop spot. Kind of closer to it. I believe I'm going to do a voxel thing. So take all that the noise data and the geographical data and the height, and then Perlin it out, or voxel it out. Just some ideas around style. Okay, we are balling on the budget now. So do I want it to where you can't walk up there? I could increase the step of the pathfinding grid and still get up there without changing max height. Yeah, so now I think you can walk onto those ones. Yep. I also think should you see the path you would take if you do a mouse click move. And I gotta fix the directional keys. That is crazy slow. So instead of actually moving them, I may build up a path and then let A star move it. That's not right. Oh, right. For some reason, it's considering all that blocked. I'm stuck. All right. Okay. So I've got the, trying to create the mouse highlight thing for the grid has unleashed a can of worms that I'm glad I figured out. But that means I want to do a check-in. I'm going to get rid of this butcher table for now and delete it from my project because I'm going to take that into Blender, or I'm going to take it in another, or export it from another Unity project into Blender, combine everything and simplify the materials into where that bench doesn't require 700 fucking things to exist. See all the things. It's a lot of images. I may go with a palette texture and then combine all the meshes because it's not like it's a modular crafting station kit that I got that from. But I don't care, or I don't care about the modularity of the workstation, right? So I don't want, again, like I said, that thing had so many meshes in it, and they're all shadow casters and whatnot. This is not something the player will customize. Now, if it's going to move or do anything on here is going to move or do something special, I will keep that separate, but there's no need for this to be individual pieces. So I build my workstations with the modular asset kit. I combine the mesh all into one, reduce it to one draw call, and I'm going to go with a palette texture or an atlas texture, and I could still get some of this detail with the atlas texture. Yeah. But there's no need for this to have all this stuff as individual models and individual textures, and it's just a lot of draw calls, a lot of processing power for no reason. So for now, I'm not leveraging this guy yet, so I'm going to just delete him from the project as a whole. And then I'll check in. Now I got 46 check-ins instead of a bajillion because of that asset. So the help screen start. I'll delete the stupid recovery scenes. Well, they're not stupid. I like that. I love that Unity has done that. I usually install an autosave or like a mod to periodically save or save when I hit play, but Unity now in 6.2 kind of has it baked in. I probably shouldn't trust it, but what it I'm hungry. Hold on, I gotta put an order in. They're open till 1 a.m. I'm pretty sure I used all my fucking per diem today. I ordered. Hold on, let me think here. Because I ordered late last night, in the middle of the night, I think. Past 12. No, 11:48. So that one don't count. Well, that's when it arrived. Okay, so that is 17:50. I ordered food from Walmart today. That was 39. I got a Caesar salad. From where? Where was the Caesar salad? I'm trying to remember what I spent so I can see if I have to. So this was take this receipt. I know is today. 39 Walmart plus 29. Just call it 30. It's $69. Yeah, I went over my per diem today, I think. $3.96. All right, I'm not here. I'll just buy my own card. I'm gonna order something real fast, guys. Give me a second. There's a TGI Fridays connected to the hotel, so I'm gonna just order theirs, carry out, walk down there, grab it, and be back. You sexy TGI Fridays. Getting kind of burnt out on it. Wasn't a big fan of that place, anyways. Wait, let me figure out ordering first. Stop it. So let me check in. Unfortunately, gotten lazy. I tried the auto grid highlighter. Google Map, Gen Fixes, and etc. The check-in notes from Copilot are usually really, really good, but whatever. So the grid highlighter is the first step in the right direction. And you know how bad I want some fucking pasta, dude. Low carb, low sugar options from TGI Fridays. Green style burger served in a lettuce bun. They don't do that. They don't do that. What should I order? Women's Health. Frank's Hot Wing. I am tired of. I'm not. I love chicken. I love our chicken wings, but I've been eating a lot of them. And I've ate a bunch of salads today, or two salads. Turkey burger, green style. Bacon wrapped shrimp with super veggies. Oh, shit. I'm gonna just get the burger. God, why am I being so bad? I do not need to eat a hamburger. I do not need to eat it. One lettuce. I could just eat the last of this salad and get a bag of it, or eat some more popcorn. Hmm. If I just wait till after midnight in order, I can just have work pay for it. I can wait. Maybe I won't be hungry then. The FBX exporter. So what I'm gonna do is export the. I'm gonna create a couple crafting stations. Well, no, this is just me ducking and dodging, finishing up the damn farming project plan. The grid highlighter was in the efforts of that. All right, let's see here. Where's my project plan? So basically, we're on phase 5 of the project plan. Phase 1 through 3 are all 100%, and then phase 4, it is enhancements. It's the breeding and genetics of the crops, perennials and dormancy, and then spoilage and preservation. Um, Items can already spoil, but they have no means right now of preserving. But that's polish on top of farming. And I want to get the farming logic tested with the player and the NPCs. So I need to complete phase 5 to get the UI elements, the drag and drop, the zone creation, and all that. And this grid highlighter was something I wanted prior to doing that, and it highlighted the issues I had with my grid and the local map gen, which are now fixed. What's my next steps? The next steps is just to do phase 5. So let's go ahead and export this guy. So this is kind of how I work through stuff. I usually do a deep research on something that I'm wanting to build future wise, and or I just do research in general. But the deep research really helps build a very detailed, like in depth discussion around and research around a feature I want to add. Then I take that and I generate a project plan, and I usually have it in phases or sprints. It depends. And then I use that to keep the AIs, whichever AI I'm using, Copilot, Gemini, or whatever, or I'm just working through it by hand on point. So then, since I just uploaded or created that one, here's the project plan. I'm going to go to Canvas. Actually, now that I have there was a bug. Well, if I had embedded packages in my Unity project, it would have a bunch more solutions here. But it was treating the embedded packages as like it would try to put crap in there that it was the if I use Copilot agents, it would try to do crap. It essentially wouldn't build. It would make changes it couldn't build to check if it had errors, and then it would just kind of crap out, and then I have to close and reopen it, and everything would be fine. The code it made would actually be in the place it's supposed to be, but it looks like it isn't. Um, yeah, again, I'm not going to go over it again, but I want to test this out again now that I've gotten past that with a more complex feature, but I don't think I want to tackle. Let's just see what it do. So I want to work on phase 5 of the project plan, ignore phase 4 until 5 is done. Go. Can I though? Oh my god, I'm hungry. That salad just wasn't doing it. Add a farming zone button to the main UI to activate implementation plan. Didn't make a button, I don't think. Can't think without food in me. Yeah, I gotta create a UI button to basically switch into zone selection mode. Like when you're playing Rimworld or Dwarf Fortress, you can like designate zones, right? And it will. This is the same concept. I can pick or drag um, mouse drag and highlight a zone and create it. But I need to be able to get into that mode. I'm just gonna use an input key real fast instead of a UI thing, just for quickness here. Sounds like somebody's clapping cheeks out there. Oh, right. I bet you. No. So I need to use. If so I can get in and out of create farming zone now. But this is temporary. I'm gonna be. Oops. I remember how to get the input value. Oh, it's a new. I'll go to new inputs. Okay, all kinds of fuckery. Actually, I may as well just use the new input system. Quit being lazy, Bill. Here in like 10 minutes, I'm gonna order the food, and then by the time the food's done and I walk down there and get it, it'll be past 12. It'll be the next day, and I'll have my per diem again. Trying not to waste my money. Oh, wait, since it will be the new per diem, I don't have to go cheap. I'm gonna get me a goddamn T-bone. No, no. Because then that's gonna be. Howdy, my homie. I am it's like I'm hungry and I was gonna order from the TGI Fridays that's attached to the hotel and use my money because I'm out of per diem already for today. So I get $75 a day. But if I order a T-bone, like it's gonna be like 30 something bucks. And I'll have to go all day tomorrow with like half my per diem. I think I want to go with one of the cheap meals. Can you hear me? Oh yeah, yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I had an issue earlier, and I had to close this stream because yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Yeah, I'm salad. Today I went crazy on the salads. So I had multiple salads today. Like I don't want a salad. I want something else. I want a fucking hamburger and fries. I want potatoes and bread. I've been really weak in the middle of the night. All right. So let me go. All right, we're gonna do the input, the new Unity input. Well, that sounds good. Actually, what I really want is a freaking big old. Yeah, I was gonna say I want spaghetti. I haven't had spaghetti in like, or haven't had pasta in, I don't know, man, forever. At this point. Pasta bitter. All right, I'm gonna put the order in because by the time it's done and I go down there and buy it, I will have my per diem again. I did grocery shopping today, and then I got drinks and restocked like a hotel room with my per diem, and then I bought a bunch of salads, and I'm just not feeling salad now. Yeah, I got DoorDash and all that. I mean, yeah, there is that. Let's see what's open late. Hoagies and more nuts. And a BLT sounds good. I'm just craving something I should not eat. But if I only eat like a little bit of it, and then, you know, trying to justify it. If they would do the lettuce wrap, but I don't think the TGI Fridays has like the whole lettuce. I think they just got shredded lettuce. So I want a burger so bad, but I don't have any keto bread or buns right now. Because even those keto buns or bread, I usually gut out the bread. Or, well, I gut out some of it, so it's even less of an impact. I got my metrics, or this thing on my arm, like constantly measuring, like just steady. I don't know, I'm doing really good, and I've been doing good for a while. Like, yeah, this is the last 30 days. Like, I've kept it in no spikes really, um, or major spikes. But man, I feel like I want to spike it. If I am gonna freaking eat a big carb load, I think I want spaghetti. I need to stop thinking about it. That's not good. All right, back to the code. Back to the code. Code. Yeah, I'm gonna do TJ Fridays, and I'm gonna get this is a value meal. Caesar salads are like don't spike me at all. Like every restaurant I've ordered them from, and I've ordered a bunch uh, since I've been on the East Coast this last time, and like none of them have spiked me, man. I really like that, but I'm like getting burnt out on Caesar salads. Blackened chicken avocado or Alfredo. I can't get food off my mind. It's killing me. I ate like the remainder of my Caesar salad from way earlier, and they actually keep pretty damn well if you don't drench it or you keep it on the side. Like I'll eat a little. I ate a little bit of it, put it back in the mini fridge. All right. Do they not have a red pasta? Cajun shrimp and chicken pasta. Looks really good. It's got a lot of veggies in it. Loaded mashed potatoes. I don't know. I shouldn't eat anything. Just crash out. Crispy green bean fries. Queso Texas BBQ cheeseburger. I'm like drooling over here. It should be mandated that restaurants carry keto buns and shit. For me, bacon ranch chicken sandwich. That's got a shitload of fiber on it. Alright, good. Oh wait, they got a gluten-free bun. Green style. Place the bun with lettuce. Gluten-free bun. Nutritional info of TGI Fridays gluten-free bun. Oh, 7. 7 grams of sugar. But it's gonna taste like shit. Whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'll see how it spikes me. This is for science to know how bad I'll react to it. I'm just fucking making up excuses. You know how I can do. Someone stop me. Don't stop me. Where the hell would I tip on a pickup? Y'all got me twisted. Oh, I read it wrong. Well, I'm committed. I'm committed. Alright. Back to things that are more important than my stomach. The clicking dragon. So I need to create the action map, or I have the action maps. I do. Player controls. Move, click, left mouse, or left button mouse, keyboard and mouse, gamepad. I think that's good enough, but how do I access it? I'm always trying to remember how this works. Open the input actions asset in your project. Create a new action for mouse click, left click. I've done that. Bind it to mouse. Oh, okay. Sweet as shit. That looks pretty easy. Easy. Enable, disable. Where we at? Yes. Okay. That is right. Left click action is press. Oh, sweet. Alrighty. Sometimes I'm alarmed by how amazing my brain is. How does that work? Let's put some login around it. Left click action performed. Bug, not log. I don't believe this is going to work, but let's see. I figured I could point it right at my action set for UI and be good. Oh, I can manually set my damn mode. Okay, whatever. Let's see what happens. So my mode is shit. Hold on. I had all those mouse coordinate logs dumping, so I couldn't catch the logs I was really caring about. Oh, motherfucker. You know what I just did? I ordered with my card instead of paying down there. So technically that charge was today and not tomorrow. Well, fucking shit. I'll itemize it and move the date. And then if they complain, I'll tell them. It was like right on the edge of midnight. Come on. I don't want to pay for it. Selection bump box prefab. Oh shit. I guess I need that. Forgot about that. See if the grid thing works. Let's just force ourselves into create farming zone. Starting drag. So I need to suppress movement when I'm in zone creation mode, but it's not working anyways. I'm gonna leave y'all with a little ditty about Jack and Diane. Loading your mobile. Hey, what's up, the robust one? I am fighting. Well, I just ordered food from the TGI Fridays attached to the hotel. I'm on the East Coast for work, so I was gonna leave everybody with a little. I do a lot of deep research for features before I build them out in the game. So I'm trying to get the click and drag to be able to create farm zones working for the farming, so the AI will know where you can farm. They'll go till the soil. They'll go plant whatever seeds I configure and water it, and then I'll advance the time and like have the plants grow. So I've spent the last 2 days building out the farming system, um, and I am on. So I do a deep research for like the feature. No, 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 no. This farming is just part of the game. If you look up Elin or Rimworld, if you played Rimworld, you kind of get the vibes that I'm going for. Like your residents or your pawns can farm, but Elin on PC and Rimworld mix those two together. So instead of you controlling all of the pawns in like a god mode, you have you have your protagonist, your main character, and you control him, and you go out and explore and adventure with him, and then uh, it, and Elin's kind of hard to explain. It's like I'm going for a sandbox colony sim life sim. Is probably the best way to explain it. Actually, while I run down to the TGI Fridays, this can explain it. Google Elin on YouTube sometime. Like Seth's videos. He has a really good one on it. Actually, I'll leave you all with that. That's what I'll do. Well, I am going to grab this, which will just take a couple minutes. Yeah. This is perfect.
Material alchemy is an art form which.
So, and again, this is a bad way to explain it, but his videos are funny. But I mean, he explains it pretty good. But yeah, I'll leave you all with this, and then I will be right back. Not that one.
Hey, people. Seth here. I broke my microphone again. These lines come directly from a $10 webcam. Elin has reached early access.
I'll be right back.
This is the equivalent of the CIA putting crack in black neighborhoods. But for the neurodivergent community, Elin is a game where I imprison the elderly, turn them into livestock, and have them lay eggs to make a new generation of senior citizen. Naturally, every grandpa starts off as a baby, needs to be breastfed by other grandpas until they come of age, and fed a staple diet of pastured hay to grow old and brittle. At which point, I mount them to a wheel of pain to generate electricity, so I can power my lights and watch Sailor Moon. I have a lack of beds, so there's a tower of pensioners stacked on top of each other every night. Each day, my population explodes, as a hot spring incubates faster than an actual womb. And each day, it contracts, as I put a for sale sticker on Grandpa's forehead. Legally, I have a license. Morally, I pay the church. In the same fashion as Bill Gates tortures his body double every day to evade karma, as long as I buy a letter of indulgence, I can sell 20 pensioners and still work off my karmic debt. I'm an upstanding citizen. They are untouchables, and I will not reincarnate into a water bug. But first, a message from our sponsor. At Raytheon, we don't just build missiles. We build memories. At Raytheon, we don't just neutralize civilians. We vaporize them. Raytheon. Because it's not just a forever war. It's a forever family. As the successor to Eloda, which I reviewed over 7 years ago, Elin is a sandbox adventure like no other. Build a base, open your mailbox, receive spam in the form of a suicide bomber, cultivate 3 billion crop strains for testosterone, open a tourist trap and scam them for terrible prices, deliver vomit and feces for children's birthdays, poison unsuspecting townsfolk, get engaged to your child bride, send her to be stoned at the gallows, pickpocket her engagement ring, marry a slime instead, play music, get shot dead because they didn't like your performance, bake bread by nuking raw flour, wish for a Glock 17, receive a railgun, read Goblin Smut to learn their weakness, throw your smut in the trash can, and make the trash pregnant, punch a hermit crab for so long it levels up, enjoy hallucinations, Get cursed. Realize the cursed item you're wearing is made of food and eat it directly from your body. Get jumped by a pack of cows. Comply with their demands and brush their fur. Capture a bomb rock and host it as a parasite. Use its suicide attack to strip mine dungeons. Buy a tent. Use a paper material hammer to turn it into a portable pocket plane. Worship every god. Receive their apostles and artifacts. Abandon every single one of them. Roll a succubus and prostitution max your way to insane stats. Murder someone's son in cold blood. Bake their meat into a rotisserie chicken. Shit out a dream larva and blend it into the food. Feed it to their parent and make them fall in love with you. Make everyone love you so hard you recruit the entire city. Turn the king into a broomstick and ride him as he calls me a fat ass and tells me to lose weight. Whip him until he turns to prostitution. Some may describe Elin as a bizarre Japanese fantasy where you enact outlandish policies such as human rights or a mandate for everyone to wear panties. But that's not fully accurate. It's about paying tax. The karmic weight of missing my monthly tax deadline is 40 times more serious than unloading an assault rifle on a homeless beggar. This is a fantasy, funded by the IRS and TurboTax. On being asked his intentions for the game, Noah, the developer, had this to say. I simulate Tokyo Sarima. You make no money because everybody live to 110-year-old. And then you take your own life. Game costs $20, real good. Game costs $20, real good. You could be a chaos gene stealer with more hands than limbs. We don't care. Pay the state or suffer the consequences. This game's entire premise is about you getting suckered into owning land by two contract killers. Then sucker someone else into 20 million in debt for that same property. There's intrigue, politics, and lore, which you can ignore entirely as you read everyone's death log, which moves very quickly and contains a lot of slurs. Most of them from me, but I prefer this multiplayer, as taking the Moongate to visit a random Japanese base will instantly depress me as I see his beautiful creation and compare it to my own O-block ghetto favela. You can even put custom sprites. Half the time, this is animated smut. This is preferable to getting one-shot by a death trap the instant you spawn in, or seeing a Boeing 767 approaching two skyscrapers, or loading into Outer Epstein, which has a one-tile entrance that takes off your clothes. Players will see their options for a pet, and most will pick the little girl. But if I throw a hormone drug in her face, she becomes a little boy. This presents the duality of a player base. Pedophile or pederast. Look, this is a setting where the surface went extinct and got repopulated by a cosmic mushroom, whose only reference point for how biology works is Japanese Daojins. That's why everyone lays eggs, because he didn't know any better. Everything is an opaque, esoteric mechanism with poor documentation, which the community abuses and exploits until Noah figures out a hotfix or workaround for their shenanigans. This is ignoring the fact that half a game is designed to troll you. Tick an innocent menu option to auto-pick up fish. Die instantly because you picked up a whale. Drink from a water source. Mutate horrifically. Play on permadeath. Slip on a banana peel in the Village of Atonement and lose everything. Get AIDS. Catching Ether disease is a natural part of gameplay and progresses if left untreated. How do you do that? By playing basketball. To cure your magically inflicted AIDS, you must become Michael Jordan. The casino chips you earn can then be used for higher stakes gambling. This game is a constant gaslight. I came into this expecting fun. Now I'm paying tax and addicted to slot machines. I hope you didn't take an oath before starting your character, because the blackjack table is rigged. Save scum your way to the cure and live life as normal. There are alternatives, but that requires kidnapping little girls. Memes aside, what is this? It's single-player RuneScape with no level cap, and a crafting system that lets you recreate nearly everything you see. Towns, winter hot springs, beach resorts. You can even walk off a shore and build underwater. Everything builds into something, which can be dismantled to make everything else. Material alchemy is an art form, which lets us mine out entire dungeons and turn copper to cocaine. Nothing I say is an embellishment. I throw alcohol at my blue eyes white dragon, have sex with it, and end my turn. Understanding esoteric systems by absorbing every wiki article is the bulk of your experience. You don't have to know Japanese, but they're more informative than the porn-sick groomers that make up this game's English community, which is why they're partitioned away in an apartheid state. For starting off, any race or class is viable, and the possibilities are endless.
You're a fat, ugly Polish whore. Or you're, I don't know, Jewish person. You're a black person. You're a rapist.
A Wraith Executioner can use mana as a second health bar. Combine this with worshipping Itzpalt or Hiromi, and you have an infinite health bar. Chaos Shape Inquisitor lets you save scum for hours, and ask if it's truly worth it, as you enter the void and get soundballed repeatedly. Or, if you're a masochist, you can pick Snail Tourist and put on permadeath. Everything now costs twice as much, but the trade-off is that Salt kills you. My Jury Warrior isn't meta. Her perk is garbage, and ultimately, it doesn't matter, because I bring a small army wherever I go. Do not feel limited by your choices. With enough investment, you can make anything work. Your objective is always the same. Get stronger by getting richer, so you can get even stronger to get even richer. Material capital will fuel your physical sociopathy. There's an infinite number of ways to do this, and these are simply suggestions. Invite residents to work your land and perform jobs and hobbies, such as gaming, gambling, gacha, prostitution, and self-harm. Set up delegated farming and automate crop rotations for passive income. Grow honey, turn it into wine. Grow mushrooms, turn it into wine. Catch fish, turn it into wine. Get paid a salary because people want to visit. Not for my impressive displays, but because I've stolen incredibly expensive panties from different NPCs. The main way of getting stats is eating food. Thus, our only obstacle is our stomach. So, we apply the secret teenage girl technique of vomit maxing. We eat, we throw up, and then we eat even more, as we watch our maid pick up vomit like the peasant she is. It's hard to gauge these values. Luckily, there's a variety of graphical and gameplay mods to augment your experience, automate tasks, and replace sprites with the horniest combait you've ever seen. Mpreg Scott the Woz milking machine? Sign me up. On top of this, the game itself has a lot of quality of life convenience. You can auto-dump your entire inventory, configure resource distributions, and even just Ctrl F to search for anything on the map. Everything is completely customizable. In my case, I've gone off a deep end and can no longer see what I'm doing. This is a game of problems and solutions, and dealing with the problems you cause along the way. Mass monsters are a special creature that multiply upon taking damage. There's a spawn limit of 20 monsters entering your base at any time. Taming a mass monster, putting it on the gallows, and sealing its offspring on a set of tiles 10 Z levels higher seemed like a great idea. Until I visited my base again, only to find out everyone is dead. It turns out 2 of my NPCs are coded to teleport directly to enemies, causing them to split and spill into the base, where everyone is too weak to one-shot them. So they infinitely replicate until they fill the entire screen. Conversely, the final boss is too hard for me to kill. By pure chance, I loaded into some Japanese guy's base, which had residents who were level 250,000. They're so high level, they take 30 steps for each of mine, which they spent on gambling, drinking, vomiting, and passing out at high velocity. I fed them aphrodisiacs, and one of them laid an egg. Microwaving an egg has a chance of exploding, which is incredibly funny in the middle of an orphanage. Explosion strength is tied to quality, and this one is 2,773. I heat the egg, and one-shot Inos, my party, and myself. This might seem ridiculous, but the Japanese have already killed him with a beach ball and a banana peel. NPCs hold beach balls in their inventory when thrown at, and this one was modified by several thousand cursed scrolls of flying to weigh 10,000. So, when Ino spawns in and charges, he slips in a banana peel and is crushed to death. The world is your autism playground. Join all the guilds, learn all the skills, whip pensioners on your cotton plantation. It's your fantasy. Now back to work, Cracker. I'm not here to tell you that unless you've got insanely high taming and throw love potions at a spiral king deep in the void so you can feed that breast milk to a chicken so you can genetically engineer him into the strongest creature in the game, that you haven't played the game. There's no win condition, only your creativity. So choose a goal, a direction, or a hyperfixation, and the rest is up to you. For as many turbo-level Japanese hypersweats at level 3 billion in the void, there's just as many who haven't even left their own base. So rest assured that no matter where you're at, there's some guy who spent his entire playthrough cultivating mushrooms, who has more money than the entire economy. In short, I love Elin. It's a very sweet, beautiful, and calming game that I can't help coming back to. The developer doesn't sleep. He pushes a new unstable build every night, and I wish him the very best. There's enough content for several hundred hours, and it just keeps getting better. I thoroughly recommend it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. This video is dedicated to my ops, because I had a script ready after 50 hours, until I saw someone write a critical thesis about my Alona video, took it to heart, and played another free 50. It was only later brought to my attention that the man who affected me so is a barely literate weeaboo who paid thousands of dollars for his cringe OC to be put into the game. He did all this so I could turn his waifu into a burger. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Alright, I'm back. Did I make it back for the videos? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Icarus? Isn't that a survival game by, oh, what's it called? It was, they built another game. It was real popular or whatever. I know what you're talking about, though. Oh. I waited till midnight for my per diem to roll over, and then I totally hosed it. Can't believe those. They weren't ready, like when I got down there. The food wasn't ready. But, you know what? I kind of want to work on combat. I'm so burnt out on figuring out the farming changes. Look how good that dragon looks. He's got that normal map applied to him. So if you look at him, go to material. Let's do this. So if we zoom in on him real close, the right way. So no normal map, one normal map, 10, the normal map times 10. Actually, one looks really good. Two might be too much. Gives the sprites some depth, it looks good. They really do. Oh my god, the DoorDash driver that was sitting down there. They carried out my order with the DoorDash driver's order, and he's looking at the receipts. He's like, Batman? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And he took the order and left, just straight faced. How you gonna? I just saw Batman, and he is a Asian American, I believe. Just so you know. I think that may have been the person who ordered the food, though, not the driver. Yeah, it would be, actually. So I saw a guy who's going to meet Batman. Alright, let's do combat. I'm too brained out. Combat and movement. I want to improve that anyways. Just looking for excuses to pivot from farming. Here's what the world map looks like now. And here's a conceptual render of what it might look like. And here's kind of another one. So I'm going to take the height map data from the procedural gen and build a voxel map across the sphere. And I think it's going to look really good. And then this is kind of conceptually what the game will look like once I polish it some more. Day and night, day and night, day and night. But I really haven't spent a lot of time on the graphics outside of the post. Depth of field is working in the Octopath Traveler style. Oh, I'm so close. I just need to grind through it. I'm doing all right. Back to farming. So phase 5, we're doing the character status pops up. No, we're doing the farming button. As the player drags, a visual selection will be targeted. Will highlight targeted cells upon mouse release. The so should eat my food. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I need to give the action inputs. That's what I was trying to do. Why isn't my drag and highlight working? I know how to click and drag in the old input system, but clicking and dragging in the new input system seems to not be working. One-click method is only firing on mouse release because of how you're set up with the its press. This means start, drag, and end are called almost simultaneously, preventing the drag from ever happening. Multi-highlight logic. Redundant conflict. Oh, duh. It's not. my brain is just not in it. Not in it. Was it 12:26? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for the night so I can get up early and grind some more. I think so, and I can pick out. My brain is really just tired. I'm hungry. All right, gentlemen. I will talk to you soon. Or I'll talk to you in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, dragons and scholars. Yep, yep, yep. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you in the morning, and we will finish this damn fireman logic. So close. So close. Alright. Talk to you soon.